Okay. We're good? Yay! Alright. What up, everybody? Welcome back to another Raiki Wolve live stream of something on my PC. Today we're going to play, or actually read, National Park Girls. It's a little bit too loud on my end, so let me just turn that down really quick. Get my settings and stuff like that, and let's see, background music, sound effects. Where is... There we go. Alright. We're good. Okay. So yeah, I just decided to, you know, read this, or play this. So, let's see... Well, I already, finished this, but I would like to share this with you, share this game with you guys, because this is pretty amazing. All things considering. So let's hop to it. Let's start a new one. Studio Coattails presents. This is very, like, tense, ain't it?
Sorry, sweetie. It's stuck. Can't go any lower than that.
Is that right?
Yes, that is completely right. I clicked down. Wait. I clicked down on the switch. A sputtering rumble coughs from the window, vibrating beneath a rushing wind as it rips through the car. I click up the switch. The window slides the rest of the way with a smooth purr. I click down again. Smooth purr. It stops halfway. Sputtering rumble.
Yep. There's actually a funny story about that.
Okay. Jesse laughs guiltily, waving off with a shrug and a smile.
But I forgot what it was.
We smack a bump in the road. The car jolts up, tossing me into the door. Reading. I glance in the side mirror as we drive away from a pothole.
Every problem in this park has a story. And there's a lot of stories.
The park makes do with what it has, Eve. We're resourceful that way.
I roll my eyes as she gives me a reassuring grin, but her reflection in the stupid broken window tells a different story. One of concern. Rivers of coffee and a decade of overwork. There might be even a small wrinkle encroaching on her cheerful round face, but I don't dare say anything. I'm quippy, but I don't have a death wish, not yet. Yosemite, this time of year, is a mixture of green and white, where the winter snow still speckles the peaks of stone gray mountains and blends into spring's revived trees. I close my eyes and let the whistling wind blow onto my face, and for a second, I almost feel like a little girl again, riding in the back of Dad's pickup truck as we zipped down the roads of Tioga's Pass. No, Tioga? Yeah, Tioga's Pass, anxious to explore the next trail. But right as I remember the smell of the sweet, fresh air, a van speeds up past us, leaving a trail of toxic fumes. The memory is ripped away. The lingering exhaust resembles the similar gray sky, and I have to wonder if a storm cloud forms. But it doesn't rain. It is filled with water, or is it just hollow? I ask. Static crackles out of the radio.
Situation 1 has been resolved. Over.
10-4. Jessie peels the mic off the dash, one hand on the wheel as she shifts to her supervisor voice.
10-4. Fill me in on the details.
The reports ended up being at 10:56. White male, early 50s. He was stumbling around when I got there. Stopped discharging his firearm as soon as he saw me pull up. Looked like he was shooting at some bottles.
I scoff. I don't even try to hide it. Jessie shoots me a narrow look.
No altercation. But he didn't need to take a breathalyzer for me to know he was wasted. He's in custody now.
I can almost see the bags sketch themselves under Jessie's eyes as she heaves a deep sigh.
It's only paperwork. All right. Thanks, Ernie. I'll be pretty late, so you can have the yogurt in the fridge while filling out the report.
Ernie? I thought he was called Bernie.
Wait, he's still with the porcupine?
Oh no. My teeth grit against each other. My shoulders stiffen.
Tell him, girl, we already missed her moods. Hope those Tulumne campers have a good dental.
Huh. I reach over and rip the mic from Jessie.
Shut your mouth, Hernandez, or else it's gonna be your fat ass who needs the extra dental work.
Damn. Alright. Jessie wrestles the radio away from me as Ernie cackles over the radio.
Just have that report on my desk by tomorrow. Over.
I'm still trying to grab the radio by the time she throws it back on the dash. Groaning, I cross my arms and stare thousands of tiny daggers out of the window.
Jeez. You know they're just trying to get a rise out of you. Why do you always take the bait?
Because she's angry. She's an angry person.
Because if they actually cared about their jobs, they'd be angry too.
Mm-hmm. You tell it, girl.
Not that it matters.
Aw. At this point, I'm not even sure I care anymore.
It's not everyone, Eve. There are people out there who still care.
Who? The campers? Because I can show you some rocks and trees that a certain artist thought made a good canvas.
I saw the urge to spit.
That kind of stuff doesn't get fixed overnight.
A shadow casts over Jessie's piercing glare.
Neither did his fractured jaw or your suspension.
I slump back into my seat. Feelings of shame or regret are completely absent. All that there is gnawing emptiness that always snakes up to my chest and lingers there. Jessie's face softens. The tender expression reminds me of pity.
What happened to you? You used to be such a cute cadet.
What? I'm not still cute?
I flutter my lashes and roll my eyes. Normally, backtalk like this would get anyone from any profession fired, but secretly, I hope it does.
It's that attitude of yours. I remember when you were energetic and determined.
She shoves me.
Be like that again.
Yeah, boy.
They beat that out of me a while ago.
Oh? Jessie frowns for a moment, then she grips the wheel and strains a smile onto her face. Her dimples look like tight drums.
Then let's see if we can cram some of that back in.
By a transfer?
By a change of pace. You'll love the meadows. It's a little chilly this time of year, but you can bundle up in the cabin. Which you'll have all to yourself, by the way. You can thank Ranger Smith's gin habit for that.
Gin. Huh?
And the camping population?
Jessie bites her lips. Her eyes dart across the road.
don't think you're clever. We used to visit Tuolumne every summer when I was a kid. I know they have a campground there.
She relents with a sigh.
It's mostly hikers and mountain climbers right now, since the roads just opened. But I'm sure they'll come piling in as it warms up. I expect you to do your job.
Great. More babysitting.
I know, right? More babysitting.
Remember what you signed up for.
Trust me, I do. Or I did before I realized the park was just the public's dumping ground.
Hold on 1 second. Go to config. Really quick. Text speed. A little bit. I like the background music. Return.
That's why the National Park Service exists. We can't protect every square inch of land, but we can manage parts of it.
I scoff.
If only. For most of these people, the parks are just toll roads. They pay to get drunk for a few days. They'll sit around the campfire and talk about how much they connect with nature, and maybe even write poetry about it. And then they'll leave the fire smoldering, forget to pick up their trash, and leave.
Yeah, that's how human beings are, my dude. Jessie cringes and audibly saws. She stares at me with this uncomfortable gaze, like something ugly she can't look away from. And the truth is ugly. So fine, let her. She puts on another one of her smiles.
Well, that's why we're
here, right? That's our job. Enforcing the law to protect the land. But who are we protecting it for?
I stare at Jessie with flat eyes, waiting for an answer I know that I know will never come. Likewise, she side-eyes me. Wait. Likewise, she side-eyes me, waiting as a radio occasionally crackles with a report.
The same people who are destroying it.
Humanity. I lean back into my seat and stare out the window.
And where's the justice in a job like that?
The sun pokes through an opening in the clouds, but a sea of gray swallows it soon after. Jessie says nothing. I hear her fist squeeze around the rubber grip of the steering wheel. A knuckle pops, then silence. We pass a clearing and the forest that's been trailing us until now stops. In the distance, I spot the smooth stone peak of Lambert Dome. Sometimes we would make that hike when I was a kid, and when we reached the top, I always felt like I discovered a higher perspective. Everything seemed so small, and the answers seemed so clear. And I wonder, if I stood up there now, would it be the same? Is that what I do? Hold on. Is what I do important? Does protecting this land and preserving its dignity serve any purpose? And if not, does anything? By the time we begin passing families of pop-up tents and lawn chairs, the sky was dimmed to a deep gray. Silvers of blood orange and red glow out from pockets of open sky. We hook left and take a short, beaten path. The tires crunch over the dirt and gravel, then stop. Jessie twists off the ignition. Birds chirp in the fresh silence that only breathes through the air when a vehicle stops.
We're here.
Eve. I'm out of the car before she even finishes, dragging my luggage out from the back. Arching into a stretch, I take my first unobstructed look at the cabin. It's a modest building, guarded by a crowd of trees that extend far into the air, lumbering over the pointed roof. Near every inch of the cabin is built with the same sandaled down wood. It's offensively smooth. Tree bark has more texture.
Not too small for you, is it?
I love it, thanks. Jessie walks up to me. Wait. Jessie walks up beside me, twirling the keys around her finger. I glance over her shoulder. The campground is hidden behind the thick row of trees. Small glimpses of tents poke out behind them.
Nah, it's perfect.
The wood creaks under our boots as we climb up the steps.
There's another station nearby, but they mostly oversee boring bureaucratic stuff. They'll leave you alone, but you might have to hand out permits if they're ever out for lunch or something.
Do I have discretion?
Not a chance, sweetie.
Ah, damn it, really? This is why we went out of nature to just not deal with people. She shoots me down with a song in her voice and a spring in her step.
Knowing you, you'd tell them to jump in the lake before ever letting them fish in it.
She's got me there. The musty smell of damp wood wafts into my nostrils as she opens the door.
Ooh, cozy.
Looks comfy too, right? Jessie flips the lights and steps aside.
That's one word for it.
My face betrays my sarcasm, though, as the smell creeps over me. It reminds me of a shoebox diorama. All the space is utilized, and everything is exactly where it should be. From fluffled up bed nestled in the corner to the fireplace built with rock. There's not even a TV, just a rocking chair and a living-in leather couch that sits around the coffee table. Jessie slides her finger down the desk, then squints as she rubs it against her thumb.
Not as dusty as I thought it'd be.
Maybe Ranger Smith liked chugging Windex too.
Yes. I drop my bags and frisbee of my hat. Wait. I need to refocus. I drop my bags and frisbee my hat at the couch. It misses and lands lopsided on the floor.
Not unless he snuck back recently.
The hardwood floor bends beneath my weight as I explore the rest of the cabin, wandering off to inspect the stone fireplace. An unburned log sits on a pile of ash. Cobwebs weave around the well-swept corners and polished floor, as if they were intentionally avoided. This place is clean, but whoever the neat freak is must not have any guts. The fuzzy spider trapezes from the ceiling. I look to make sure Jessie isn't looking, then give it a tiny weave as it pendulums in front of me. My voice drops to a whisper.
Hi.
That's cute. Hi. Hold on. Let me go back.
Hi.
Her whisper.
What was that?
Nothing.
Oh my gosh, she's a tsundere. Alright. With the quick swing, the spider leaps away from me, landing in the middle of a trio of paintings hung on the wall above the dining table. Arranged is a triangle. Each painting showcases gorgeous landscapes and scenic vistas. Their locations scribbled in the corner, no artist signature. Yosemite, Zion, Yellowstone. All national parks, and all beautiful. The spider crawls along the painting of Zion, and in this one, lush green sprawls out into a deep valley below, guarded on both sides by fire-red cliffs and mountains. The Yellowstone painting is of window trail. The Yellowstone painting is of a winding trail spiraling to the top of a mountain. Splotches of vibrant trees are scattered across the rich mountainside. Beyond it, flat plains stretch out into the distance before dipping into a canyon. And finally, above them is Yosemite. I know exactly what this painting is of, and you only need to take a few steps outside to see it. It's the breathtaking view of the top of a Lambert Dome overlooking all of Tulum Meadows, from the thick forest to the Tulum River that winds all the way to the snow-speckled peaks of the Sierra Mountains. I've hiked up there so many times before, I could probably point out exactly where we are. God, I wish I was there now. I could scream my guts out, scream until I was hoarse, and no one would ever hear me. This might be my favorite of the three, but something feels off about it. After a bit more squinting and head tilting, I decide that this painting is too crooked for its own good. The frame is off-center, that if there was a hiker in this painting, they'd plummet to their deaths. With a soft grip, I grab the side of the painting and begin to delicately, slowly, gently straighten. Ooh! A sharp squeak rattles through the air, so loud that I can feel it in the floorboards. Shivers crawl up my spine as I nearly leap out of my uniform. Hold on. Sorry.
Jeez, so jumpy.
Jessie. Giggling, Jessie squeezes past the dining table and rests against the counter.
It's just the cabin settling. This place is old, so it's gonna be a little noisy.
Her voice drops an octave. All that's missing is a flashlight below her face.
Kind of spooky, huh?
Not really.
Not really.
Ah! Yes! We're on the same octave level. The cabin squeaks again, and my shoulders tense. Jessie grins, thoroughly entertained.
Some of the past rangers stationed here always said it was haunted. Personally, I think it was just something in the coffee.
She picks up the prelocator off the stove and rattles it around. Flipping open the lid, she pulls out a small bottle of... a bottom shelf grin. What?
Tax dollars at work.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Just be happy we're not privatized yet. Make sure to recycle this later.
Remember, this is a PTSA or something like that. But anyways, remember to make sure you recycle stuff, especially. What is this? Alright. She hands me a bottle of She hands me the bottle and tempers off towards the cabinet. I set it back down on the counter and follow behind.
Question. When was the last time you were at the range?
Pew pew?
To shoot? God, I don't know.
Scratching my head, I think back to the last time I unholstered my sidearm. Despite the faint temptation from being surrounded by obnoxious campers, it's about as rare as an eclipse.
About a year ago, I guess, when you dragged us all down there on our day off to practice.
She unlocks the cabinet, leaving the key in as she opens the door. A slender gun leans against the back.
An off day for you guys, maybe. I'd kill to just have one weekend off.
You overwork much? The words slip out of my... Okay. The words slip out of her, and as soon as they do, she glances at me. Then the gun.
I didn't mean, like... You know I won't actually.
I stare straight through her as she fumbles around with her words. She coughs.
Anyway, what we have here is your standard issue pump action Remington 870.
Remington rifle. Pew pew.
Also known as a shotgun.
It's also a gun. Sorry guys, I have to quote Ruby. A bright sheen glistens off the gun. Both the butt and the pump sharing the same glossy wooden finish.
Fancy. This actually doesn't look like it'll fall apart in my hands.
Yeah, it's a Remington. My eyes drift to the desk radio that was assuredly used by Navajo code breakers in World War II.
Count on the DOI to have their priorities straight. When have I ever turned down new equipment?
Judging by the bedroom eyes she's giving the gun, I think the answer is pretty clear.
Still, this is a bit excessive. I don't need this much.
Bedroom eyes? As in she's like a gun fanatic? I mean, yeah, I guess. A sidearm and a shotgun. What is this? The 4th of July?
It's just a precaution. Hopefully you never have to use it. It's not like everyone is asking you to carry it around on patrol, which I expect you to do every day.
You tell me what to do, Mom!
Can I do that before sunrise? So I don't have to talk to anyone, ever?
Damn, this Eve chick is like... She's like, I don't like people. Go away.
Absolutely not. I will not allow you to be a weird forest hermit under my watch. You need to have some positive experiences, okay?
But it's not a phase, Mom. Jeez. Alright. My mind blanks out into a field of static as Jesse's tangent gains more momentum. As my thoughts wander, I start to hear more noises. The creaking of the cabin, the howling of the wind, then actual howling. Wait, actual howling? If Jessie heard it, then she's ignoring it, as her ranting continues to go places entirely unrelated to my misanthropy. Oh, that's a new word. Alright. Scratching begins to scruff at the door. At first, it's as soft as a whisper, and could maybe even be a branch or leaves. But the longer it goes on, the faster it gets, and soon it's desperately clawing into the wood. I break away from Jessie, tiptoeing to the door.
Hey, don't walk away. I'm scalding.
Shh.
I hush her with a finger to my lip. Hold on. I hush her with a finger to my lips. We go silent. Twisting the cold knob, I ease open the door. Nothing. Oh! Oh, jeez, that is cute. A yelp squeaks out below me. I look down and come face to face with the love of my life. An adorable puppy, its floppy ears barely touching my ankles, pants in front of me. Its small paws scratch at my boots.
Oh my god, buddy.
Aww. I drop to one knee. My heart melts as I stroke its soft fox red fur.
What are you doing here, pup? Huh? Are you lost?
The coyote! The baby coyote! That is cute. As if answering me, he gives a tiny howl, but it breaks into a yelp. With a whine, he snuggles into my knee. I'm dead. This is heaven and I'm dead.
Eve, get away from that!
Sprinting from across the room, Jessie charges at the door. I do my best matador impression and dive out of the way. Jessie stomps on the floor, her boot inching closer to Pup with every loud thud.
Shoo! Shoo! Get out of here! Get!
The pup yelps back, briefly challenging it, but whenever that giant merciless boot lunges forward, his compact frame lunges back. The fight continues on onto the porch with one last growl of defiance. Pup scampers off into the bushes, his ears poke above the leaves as he stalks us from the bush.
What the hell? He wasn't doing anything. You scared him.
Aw.
Good. Maybe it'll stay away then.
No, but it was a puppy, a coyote. I glare at Jessie like she's the devil incarnate, because she is.
Don't give me that look.
I reinforce my gaze with more steel.
Orphaned coyote pup. Started coming around the camp, and Smith, in his infinite wisdom, decided to feed it.
Oh boy, stray coyote. It's been 31 minutes. Oh my gosh, okay. I glance towards the glance towards the bush again, but by now he's gone, hiding somewhere in the shadows as the sky darkens. I'll need to set out a dish for him later.
Don't!
Whoa. Jessie scolds me with a single wag of her finger. Did she read my mind?
I didn't say anything!
But you thought it. And if you have any sense, you'll...
She pauses, glancing up at the last glimpse of sunlight is snuffed out.
I'll lecture you another day. But for now, I have to get back to the station. Before Hernandez eats all the yogurt.
Wait. I thought you wanted Hernandez to get the yogurt. What the fuck? With the nudge of her elbow, she starts for the truck.
Yeah. Because that's for me.
I mean, I stare down at the scruff marks on my boots, tracked with dirt and dust from 1,200 miles of the park. Not nearly as polished or shined as Jessie's, or even that gun.
What's wrong? I thought you loved dirty jokes.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
Yeah, she's in a bad mood because you kind of shooed away the coyote puppy. Yeah. In the far reaches behind the cover of the trees, I see the orange glow of a campfire. The muffled chatter and laughter of the campers carries from across the woods. A tender smell spreads across Jessie's face. She sweeps me under her arm and into a hug. I think of breaking away, but her gentle warmth is nice, and it's kind of cold out.
You're going to do fine, sweetie.
Yeah, until I bust open the next guy.
Ooh, ugh. I don't know why, but like I ship Eve and Jessie for some reason. So I don't know. I rest my forehead against her badge. The edges dig into my skin.
Hey, don't think like that. I didn't vouch for you because I thought you make the same mistake twice. You're a good ranger, Eve. If more of us were like you and cared more about what's around us and less about our pensions, then the Force would be better off. This will be good for you. If you can straighten yourself out here, then you can do anything. So try to have some fun, okay?
Okay.
Aw. I mean, I do kind of ship them, though. I mean, even though I've, let's see, finished 75% of this game, like, there's like 2 more other episodes coming soon, but I played through the episode 1 through episode 3, and I got the achievements for it. But yeah, it's either Eve and Jesse and okay, I'm not gonna spoiler for you. But yeah, I ship them. Oh, that is a ship. That's one ship I ship. You know, I grumble it out. She has too much faith in me. Maybe all of that was true at some point, but now I can take or leave the pensioner and the land. None of it matters. Not in the wigs at the top, not to the public, not to me. Jesse swings an arm around my shoulder and walks us to the truck.
And besides, I'm just a radio call away if you ever miss me. I'll call every day to check in.
Yay. Can't wait.
I like Eve. Yeah. So like wait, okay, so I like Eve. She's my favorite character. She climbs into the truck and starts it up. The revving of the engine is so loud I expect it to shake off all the rust that's carved itself into the bumper.
Now slacking off now.
She drops the keys in my hand and shuts the door. The headlights streak in the night air beaming against the silhouetted cabin. The window rolls down, all the way down. With a confident smirk, Jessie tips the brim of her hat.
And Eve, you're wrong.
Sweet! Stuff to read. It might have actually been pointed if that was the last thing she said before leaving, but it hadn't been 10 minutes when she drove back and barged through the door in a panic. She left the key to the station on the lanyard she gave me, and the key to the library, and the key to the toll booth of the small entrance. I swear, Teddy, with how seriously that woman takes her work, she has no right to be as airy as she is. Though, I guess I start to slip a little too if I were working an endless stream of hours and got as little acknowledgement as she does. After 4 years, it's hard not to respect her. Though there's not a moment where she isn't on a call or filling in for somebody or blazing through reports. Yet somehow she manages to stay as bubbly as dish soap. How is she able to stay so peppy and motivated? I can't figure it out, and I doubt I ever will. Anyway, that's enough about Jessie. I swear I write about her at least twice a week. Let's talk about my newly assigned post Teddy. The cabin itself is fine, definitely more on my pace than where I was before. The furniture is old and cheap and perfect. I'm looking to the last bit of rain of the season, so I can feel the warmth of the fireplace and listen to the raindrops patter against the roof as I doze off on that lumpy couch. If it weren't for the circumstances, it might be even a dream come true. But in the end, I know why I'm really here. And deep down, regardless of how comforting words Jessie knows, and deep down, regardless of how her comforting words, Jessie knows why I'm here too. Teddy, the fact of the matter is this. I'm here because I snarked off one too many times. Cracked one too many jaws. I can't choke back to the last speck of pride about what it is I do. And that makes me a problem. No matter how hard I try, I can't detach myself. Not completely. There's still a small spark, and all I want is to snuff it out. And that's why I'm here, for penance and training. Call it what you will. A new post, a live-in job, but I know what it really is. A purgatory. Damn, that was deep. My pen hovers above the page, inches from carving my thoughts into stone. Once that happens, they can't be taken back. It's a scary thought. Sighing, I drop the pen and reach for my mug, but instead, the lukewarm coffee I've come to tolerate, all that is left is a brown ring crusted around the bottom. I stretch out the chair and let out my longest yawn in at least 20 minutes, maybe even 30. I drag my carcass to the stove and pour myself the last of the coffee from the percolator, the coffee thing. Steam rises from the mug. The coffee is thick and smudges. The coffee is thick and sludges around like motor oil, overcooked and bitter. It almost tastes like it too, but I'm not a snob. And coffee is still coffee, even if a gas station could whip up a better brew. And a pre-colloidator, the thing with the coffee, the mug with the coffee you put. Okay, as well as anything else. Alright. Besides, there's a charm in that, isn't there? Enjoying things that are inferior and outdated. I need to get some water, but I don't have any water. Bad vibes. Alright. I'm forced to stare at my reflection as I sip the coffee, but it soon turns into a foggy murk, and I can't see anything. It's all that oil seeping to the surface. A girl's thought, but it doesn't matter as long as it gives me the energy to keep going. Journaling is hard work, maybe even harder than working for the park service. Originally, it was just a way to get out all the energy that was bubbling around inside of me. Butterflies, hopes of the future, dreams of making the park experience a bit even better. But the eagerness morphed into a slow realization, and over time, that morphed into whatever I am now. Journaling became time for sharp, focused reflection. It's a good way to cope. Some people drink, some people get high. I complain about everything to a notebook. By now, at least I have a dozen of them filled out. Teddy, volumes 1 through 12. I like to think that they all share the same consciousness. The cup warms my hand as I lean against the counter. The wind kicks the cabin. Kicks the cabin, and if I listen closely, I can hear night's nocturnal whispers from outside, chirping from crickets, the steady shaking of leaves. It makes me realize how thin of a barrier from the outside world this place is. A cramped, fenced-in box, the only thing keeping me from the same darkness that's out there is a few dim lamps. A small choir of laughter and chatter echoes from outside. Reality decides to give me a slap in the face as I open the curtains and peer through the window. A group of 4 shadowy figures trip and wobble through the bush. One of them falls flat on their face. They laugh even harder than before. And speaking of needing a beer from the outside world, I stomp over to the desk and snatch the flashlight. As I march over the door, I remember that I've changed out of my uniform into tattered jeans and a flannel. Hardly authoritarian. I reach over to the couch and grab my hat. Better. The brisk air kisses me as I swing open, then switch to the flashlight and shine the beam right in the race faces. They freeze like deer about to be mowed down by an oncoming semi. The laughter quiets into hushed chuckles, and the only one with a half-brain tells them to shut up. One of them sashes a bottle into their coat. The one up front, the smart one, squints at me through the light. His shoulders relax, and he throws me a casual wave.
Oh, hey! Are you on break too? Wanna hang?
1,000 more of these kids could mistake me for another student their age, but it still wouldn't stop me from lobotomizing them with my eyes. Lobotomizing with your eyes? Oh my god, that is pretty great writing. I like that. Lobotomizing people with your eyes, like squint. I slip on my hat and stay silent. The Old Testament fear of the Abrahamic God shadows his face. They all shrink back.
Do you know how many people go missing out here?
What?
I like how the name says dumbass camper.
I said, do you know how many people disappear in these parts annually?
Damn. He looks to his friends for an answer. They shake their heads. He looks back to me and shakes his head. The entire group shakes their heads together.
I'm sorry. I don't...
You're drunk. His hands are raised in surrender, and embers of a cigarette glowing between his fingers.
Another question.
Yes, ma'am!
Our voices bounce across the woods.
Do you know how much paperwork I have to do if one of you has so much steps on a pine cone?
Is it... a lot?
His friends nod. He nods back.
Yeah, a lot, right?
Well, no shit.
Let's just say it's more work than you probably turned in this entire semester.
They get to laugh at one of his buddies. He shuts up as soon as I shine the light on him.
Do me a favor and stumble back to camp, okay? I'd rather not have to explain to my supervisor how you all fell off a cliff.
How'd you say the word fell? Like... The two girls sitting behind the others give me dirty looks. The kind idiots give to fast food workers when they were told that they're out of fries. I turn the flashlight to the highest setting. They all let out a collective groan as they shield their eyes.
Go on, you heard me. You can bum around all you want once the sun comes up.
I point at the light of the path back and brighten the way. He takes a few steps back and gives me a gracious nod.
Sure thing. Sorry for the trouble. Have a good night.
I won't, but thanks.
I follow the beam of light back to the path. One of them makes sure to flip me off along the way. I switch off the light as I disappear into the bush of trees. I hope they all actually do follow the cliff. Twerps. Holy shit. She's dark. As I turn to go inside, a spike of movement rustles the bushes. My body goes numb. I freeze, only allowing my eyes to drift over to the source. Nothing. Turning around, I creep forward, reaching for a sidearm that isn't there. I step onto the dirt, the porch creaking behind me. Then, the bush shakes with a surge of movement. Hey, it's Puppers! A ball of fur explodes through the leaves. Its paws scrape against the ground. before skidding to a stop at my feet. Aww! Breathing out a sigh of relief, I bent over to greet my prince.
Decided to come back, huh? Couldn't resist my charm.
His ears pinned back as I scratched the scruff of his neck. He almost looks deranged while I pet his goofy-looking pupils struggling to center with the whites of his eyes.
You're an unbelievably giant twerp.
An ear flops over. If my heart had strings, you could play the fiddle.
This isn't fair. I might seriously die.
I glanced over to the empty food dish near the door. He ate every bite. He has to be sleepy. Be sleepy by now. Just look at that. Just look at that belly. It's so round and cute and pink. And I'm going to die from this. I just know I am. Oh, so she likes animals more than people. It doesn't take much to coax them. All I have to do is stand aside and Pup sprints inside on his own, hiding every piece of furniture like a pinball.
I usually offer coffee first.
What time is it now? It's almost an hour? Okay. Alrighty. Almost done there, okay. He nearly somersaults across the floor, and my dusty laugh actually gets some use for once. A gust of chilly wind breezes past me. It lifts my hat, but I grip them back in time. Strands of my hair fly in the same direction. The trees sway violently, shaking their branches like angry fists. It's like the tree's like, "How dare you!" Okay, got it. Alright. I'm going to save. There, I got him all. Alright. So I'm gonna save! Alright, so I have to go, guys. That was just in time too, huh? Let's see, did I read this? Did I read this? I am completely angry! Yeah, so... Okay, so... Just to double check if everything is great. Okay, everybody. Thank you for watching. And, next time we leave off where we just saved up and stuff. Hopefully you guys like this. You know, if you like this video, just like you know, put a like and subscribe. If not, just, you know, you can watch it. All right then. See you guys later. And Raiki Wolve signing out.